Good morning friends, myself Akriti from First BJC. Today my subject is Botany. Today we are discussing about xerophytic plants and important characters of xerophytic plants. Let us see. First we discuss what is xerophytic plant. Xerophytic plants means the plants are grow in a physical or physiologically in a dry places. Those called as xerophytic plants. What is mean by physical and physiological? Physical dry habitat means those area is include in a water resisting capacity is low in a soil. Those are called as a physical dry habitat. For example, deserts, water wastelands and water surfaces, rock surfaces. It is called as a physical dry habitats. And physiologically dry habitat means those plants are abundant to the water, but the plants are not absorb the water because the plants are acidic, alkaline, hot or cold. That's why the plants are not absorb the water. This is called as the xerophytic plants. Xerophytic plants are divided classification into three types. Those are drought escaping plants, drought enduring plants, drought resisting plants. First we discuss about drought escaping plants. What is mean by drought escaping plants? Drought escaping plants mean those plants are strongly developed and they are developed in rainy season, very short duration. This complete life cycle of a plant in a few weeks only. For example, we know example. I know we have to know. Example is Gingiophyllus. Next, drought enduring plants. Drought enduring plants means it is a small development of plants and it is extreme in dry condition only. Next, drought resistant plants. Those plants are extreme in dry condition and extreme dry condition, and also they are tolerant and enduring to the dry conditions. It is called drought resistant. Next, we are discussing important characters of xerophytic plants. Important characters. Important characters are divided into two types. There are external features and anatomical features. First we discussing external features. External features are also modified into three types. There are roots, stems and leaves. First we discussing about roots. We know in external feature roots. Roots, for example, we take aloe vera. See here, aloe vera plant. See here, aloe vera plant. This plant root is well developed and these branches are purely development. Those plants are stored in maximum amount of water. So this type of roots are called as external features of xerophytic plants. For example, we know aloe vera. And next we see here this plant. What is this? We know this also xerophytic character because these leaves also absorb the maximum amount of water. So it is also including root. Next we discussing stem. Stem. We in a xerophytic plant stems are modified into how many types? Only branches and unbranched. In xerophytic plants stems are generally in a green color and those stems are stored maximum amount of water. And though we see here this plant is indicated stems. These stems are very thick and thick coating of a wax, and this have a small thorns because the thorns are to save the enemies, to escape to the enemies. So this is also called as a stem in xerophytic plants. Next we discuss leaves. We have leaves. In xerophytic plants, the leaves are modified into two types. Only the green leaves and dark green leaves. Green leaves we take for this. What is this? This plant is completely branches are green and maximum amount of water is absorbed. This plant is completely stem because in the xerophytic plants the leaves example is asparagus. We know they have scale and avoid the transpiration of plants because these plants are green and These plants are transpiration of a water from the sunlight. And example of a stem is cascata. Cascata, these plants we see here, these have so many thorns because these thorns are absorb the water and escape from the enemies to they protect themselves. Next we discuss those are called as external features of xerophytic plants. Next we discuss about anatomical features. Anatomical features are divided into 5 types. Those are epidermis, hypodermis, next mesophyll tissue, and fourth one is a pericyclic vascular tissue and lactiferous tissue. First we discuss in epidermis. What is epidermis? Epidermis is a thick cuticle layer. It is arranged into compactly arranged into silken stomata. And in some grasses, the epidermis is present in the specialized cells is known as a bulliforms or motor cells of the epidermis. In this epidermis, the stomata appears in the outer surface layer. It is called as epidermis. Next we discuss in hypodermis. What is hypodermis? Hypodermis means the epidermis outer layer is hypodermis is known as the epidermis outer layer present is known as hypodermis. Hypodermis is look like in a T-shaped. And next we discuss mesophilous tissue. Mesophilous tissue is a compactly arranged into palisodine tissue and also silken stomata. Next pericyclic vascular tissue. We know mesophilous tissue is also present of chloroplast. Chloroplast is present in outer surface and remaining is present into the contact with the atmosphere. Next we discuss in pericyclic vascular tissue. Pericycle is present in stomata and vascular tissue is also present in stomata, but it consists of large number of vessels. Next we discuss lactiferous. We know lactiferous tissue is present in calcopia. We know calcopia means a gilled. So lactiferous tissue means it is a milk give, that plant is give to the milk. So those are called as lactiferous. We know friends, today we are discussing xerophytic plants. Xerophytic plants introduction. The plants are grown physically or physiologically. Dry habitat is called xerophytic plants. It are divided into drought escaping plants, drought enduring plants, drought resistant plants. And next we discuss important characters. External features, anatomical features. External features is divided into root, stem and leaves, and anatomical features are divided into hypodermis, epidermis, pericycle, lactiferous tissue, mesophilous tissue. Thank you friends.